Alright, so this is just a review of the Dewalt. It's the DW734 12.5 inch thickness planer. I've had this for a couple years now, so it'll be an honest review, not something just right out of the box and haven't used it. So I've used this quite a bit, planed a lot of rough cut lumber with it, and it works fantastic. I used to use this other model here. It's a Delta. I'm not sure the exact model, but it's a 2-blade planer, where this is a 3-blade, and it spins at a higher speed. Makes all the difference in the world for getting smoother boards right out of the planer. Some of the features got a nice large hand crank for your adjustments here. It has your locking feature, which most of them do have. Tools are all on board, needed to either change the blades, wrenches, and the Allen wrenches here as well. It's got the thickness adjuster there, so you never go below. If you're trying to get a certain thickness, you want to be able to just keep going down until you get 3/4 or whatever. You can preset that so you can't crank it down beyond, which means all your boards will be the same thickness without having to just use a dial here and get close. And it's a limited amount, it's a limited thicknesses that you can use that for. But that works well. This thing weighs 80 pounds or so. Yep. Excuse me. I do have it on wheels, and I can roll it out here where I need it. It's got a large intake or exhaust for the chips, and I just moved my hose over from my table saw and then right into that when I'm using this. If you're not going to use a vacuum on this or some sort of dust control, then you cannot put this piece on, because the chips will gather in behind here. They can't get out, and it's just going to cause damage. They'll be rattling around the blades. But if you're using a vacuum or a dust control with it, then you're fine to put this piece on. I'll get around the back here so you can see what I'm talking about. This piece here comes off, and the chips can just shoot out the back here if you don't have dust control. So make sure you don't put that on if you're not using dust control system. It does come with an adapter for that, so if you're using a smaller system, you don't have to have that great big hole and you can use this. But I have the bigger hose for dust collection. So it is a fantastic unit. Like I said, I've had it for about 2 years now. Again, it's the Dewalt DW734 thickness planer, and it's done everything I wanted to do so far. It does have the gauge here, so when you stick wood in, you can kind of get an idea of where you're starting at. So that's very handy, so you're not chewing off weight too much right off the bat. Good feature. Some other models have that as well, some don't. I do like it. What else can I tell you about it? Again, I said it's got the 3-blade system. These are non-sharpenable blades, according to the manufacturer. I have not tried sharpening them. I suppose you probably could put a little bit of an edge back on them, but they are pretty much not sharpenable. Once they're worn, you just get rid of them. However, they are double-sided, so you can flip the blades over and get, you have a new set of blades on the other side. So there's one side, and then they're sharp on the other side. Then you'd have to turn around and replace them. And I think a set of blades for this is like $35. In the 2 years I've had it, I have still not flipped the blades over yet, so I'm still working on the original blades. There is a couple spots on those blades now that are slightly damaged, so I do get a couple lines across the boards, I think over in this area here. But I easily sand those out, and eventually I will flip the blades, but they're not so bad that it's a problem at this point. Anyways, again, just a quick review of the Dewalt thickness planer. Thanks for swinging by Shane's Main Shop. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and come back often for more videos. And as always, have a great day.